Well, everybody, it's Christmas time, and let's talk about a very traditional Christmas dish. How about Beef Wellington? Beef Wellington, where does that come from? Well, it's the Duke of Wellington who kicked Napoleon's rear end at Waterloo in 1815. His favorite dish was a nice fillet of beef covered with a crust and baked with some mushrooms, and we're going to make it a special way. Individual servings with a little cheesecake pan. That's right, cheesecake. So I think this is original. I think you're going to like it. Well, I've invited my guest here, John Arnolfo. Johnny?
Good morning, Bubba.
Good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you.
And Johnny owns the Big Silver Grill here, probably the most iconic, famous restaurant in northern Colorado. But Beef Wellington, does that sound like a great dish for Christmas, Johnny?
It actually does.
It does,
sounds
doesn't it?
great.
And not a lot of people can make this. They're afraid of it. All right, first thing, John, a little salt and pepper here. Sprinkle that on
We
there.
gotta do a little sea salt. I think that gives it a little punch.
Now, the next thing we want to do here, John, is we want to sear that for about a minute and a half on each side. So let's go get this thing seared up good here. Now, let's let this sizzle. Let's go back to the next step here, Johnny. We have here a little 4-inch cheesecake pan, springform
Little
pan.
spring pan.
Yeah. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this pan and spray it a little bit. Okay. Now, see how nice and seared that is, Johnny?
It's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? Okay.
It really is.
Now, carefully roll the pie dough here, and I have to tell you guys, this pie crust I'm using today, I didn't make it myself, but Pillsbury, it's the only pie crust that works, okay? So I'm all on Pillsbury here, and we're going to take this Pillsbury pie crust, and we're going to carefully push it down into the springform pan.
So
All right, Johnny, put it in, and be sure and leave a little over the edges.
all right, Bub.
Okay, and we're going to preheat this now for 4 minutes.
I'm just gonna gently press this into the pan and leave a little overhang on the edges.
Right.
Kitchen scissors, my favorite utensil.
Now, because the pie dough and the meat cook at different temperatures and things, we want to cook this for about 4 minutes, and we've got the oven set for Johnny for 425 degrees with a convection heat going.
All right, I'm not
So-
gonna question your temperature this time, Bub.
No, 425.
Your show.
How much?
425.
Right, because why?
It's your show.
It's my show. Man, now we get it, see? All right. So we're going to put this in the oven, and the way I do it, which is the way you should do it, put it on this cookie sheet. Otherwise, you're going to have to reach in there with your hot hand.
I got you.
4 minutes in the oven.
4 minutes.
Right.
What's the temperature on the oven?
425 with a convection heat. Yesterday, and getting ready for today, I made some duxelles.
Duck what? You have duck in your Ellis?
Duck, that's not funny. It's going to be on my show. You're going to have to be a little bit funnier than that, Johnny. Okay.
Well,
Duxelles.
Tell me about Duck Ellis.
Duxelles, yeah. Duxelles. D-U-X-E-L-L-E-S. Duxelles.
Okay.
If I went to your restaurant and said, I'd like a hamburger steak with some duxelles, what would they say?
They go, we gotta run out and get a duck.
No. Duxelles is a great little deal that I've learned. And so yesterday, I got some mushrooms, I got some onions, and I got some garlic. And then I put them in my little mini processor here, and I just quickly ground them up to about the size of little BBs. Then I took the mixture here and I put it into a skillet, and I put some butter in, and I just kept stirring it till the water got out of the mushrooms. And then after we did that, John, I put it in the fridge so it'd be set up. And we're going to use that duxelles sauce here in a little bit on the Beef Wellington. Now, we're going to take this, Johnny, up to 130 degrees, okay? And that's going to make this just about medium rare, maybe a little bit less than medium rare. Now I've got here a thermometer. This is called a meter, M-E-A-T-E-R. And this is going to measure the temperature, and I can track this on my smartphone. But you can use a regular meat thermometer. But I got to tell you, you really need to use a thermometer and get this to about 130 degrees. Get that nice pink middle with the brown crust on the top.
Perfect. All right, so we got a little, it's not quite cooked.
No, that's what we want. Okay.
Yeah,
now, John, scoop up some of this Duxellus here.
Little Duxellus.
Duxellus, and put that on the bottom. That's about right. Okay. Now let's pat it down with this little glass here.
Oh, you got a high-tech piece of kitchen equipment.
Okay. Let's put the meat in there.
All right, I'm using my fingers because they're clean.
Fingers?
My fingers. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Now, Johnny, let's take this pastry puff here and let's just kind of put that over and just kind of cut around that.
Now you don't put anything on top
We're
of
going to in a minute.
fillet.
We're going to in a minute. So,
okay.
Kind of get that. Take these scissors here.
You want me to use scissors?
Or a knife. I don't care. You want to use a knife?
Well, I was going to do this. I was just
Here,
going
use
to
this.
All right.
Oh, Johnny, that's very good.
Yeah, well, you know, I am a professional, Bubba.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I'm leaving about a ½ inch.
Yeah.
All the way around. Okay, we've got that all cut.
Okay. Now let's just kind of press that around a little bit. Kind of maybe mix it in just a little bit with the other.
I'll give it a press.
Now, Johnny, here I made up a little egg wash. This is just one egg and a little bit of half and half. And let's just brush that on carefully. This will help give it that nice brown, shiny look. That I'm going to take my meter probe here, and I'm going to stick that in, and that's going to tell me when it's done. So, into the oven. Let's go.
In the oven we go. How many minutes, Bub?
Well, it's going to be about 8 or 9 minutes, but remember, we're going by temperature. I'm going to set this one for tenderloin, and I'm going to go for medium rare, and my little meter here will tell me when things are being done. While we're doing this, we're going to make a little sauce for this. Now, we got a little of that meat juice still in there from
We do.
So put a little cream in that.
What are we making, Bub?
We're going to make just a little kind of a sauce gravy for this.
Okay.
Now, take some of this Duxellus and let's put that in there. Great little trick right there, John, and that'll bring out more of the flavor of that Beef Wellington. All right, Johnny, let's take it out now. The temp's up to about 115, and we're going to let it, it's going to cook for about another 10 minutes or so. Hey, how's that look?
Oh, Bob, that looks great. It really looks good.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. Look at that.
Yeah. So, just let it sit here.
Can we let it rest a little bit? They call that resting, right?
Yes, we're going to let it rest.
It's at rest.
In repose. She's at
In
rest.
repose.
Nice crust here. So you can thump that crust and just feel how firm it feels. That's great.
I mean, it really looks perfect, Bella.
It is.
I mean, I don't know how you do it, but I'm always learning something from you.
Johnny, from you, that's a compliment.
Well, it was meant to be a compliment.
You know what? I'm so complimented, Johnny. I'm going to come down to your restaurant and I want you to teach me how to boil an egg.
I can teach you how to boil an egg anytime you want, Bob.
Thank you. I mean, you boil those eggs down there better than anybody I know at that restaurant. It's cooled down quite a bit. Now push it up from the bottom.
Right here, Bob?
Right there.
Oh, it looks perfect.
Let's cut this in half. Gonna put a little Duxellus on this puppy.
A little Duxellus gravy.
Look at this. Okay.
It looks like a perfect Beef Wellington, Bubba.
So
let's give it a try.
Anyway, Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry Christmas, Bubba.
And you know what they say, don't you?
A clean kitchen is a happy kitchen.
Adios and yum yum. Bon appetit. For a written recipe and other ideas, be sure to visit mamamabelsboy.com. Merry Christmas.